What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys. Well, we got a bunch of updates today, but one of them was the announcement that next week the new market fee is going to be implemented. Now, this was based on the Crypto Eater proposal. It went through a couple of iterations, so the final one that we have is the transactions will now have a 6% fee. This is non-negotiable. 4% of that will go to the market that the sale took place on, and then 2% will be burned. So that's going to reduce the total DEC supply. So that will be implemented on Thursday, July 6th, which is, again, the usual maintenance window is on Tuesday, but here July 4th here in the US is what I should say, is a holiday, the Independence Day holiday. So it looks like they'll be doing the maintenance window on July 6th. So we will have something next week, but that is about a week away. So I just wanted to run some quick numbers here because I was curious to see how much of an impact this would have. Now, if you see here, the total 24-hour volume that we've had has been 20,000 sales, but the dollar amount is 21,762. Now, with again, when I've been looking at this, I don't have hard data outside of taking a look at Peak Monsters. Although Peak Monsters data is very behind. I don't know why it's only going up to June 5th, but you can see here that the US dollar volume was like 15,000, 17,000, 19,000, 20,000, or 22,000. But this is all the way back in early June. So again, I don't know why it's like 3 weeks behind or we're missing 3 weeks worth of data. But just anecdotally using that, and then anecdotally for myself, I've seen us anywhere between 15 to 20,000, right? Maybe even a little bit higher than 20,000 some days. But I want to just take 20,000 as a rough, easy number so we can get an idea of how much DEC is actually going to be burned. So if let's bust out the calculator here, and let's say, 20,000, multiply that by 2%, right? Because 2% of all of these sales are now going to be burned. You get $400 worth of DEC that will be burned every day. Now, to make it easy, let's just say DEC is at peg. It currently is not, but let's just say it is at peg. So you divide this by 0.001, which is the peg value, and we would be burning 400,000 DEC per day at peg. Keep in mind, we are not at peg. We're actually almost 20% below peg. So this number would actually be higher than that, maybe even closer to 500,000. So 500,000 DEC is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, let's multiply this. Let's just extrapolate it out. This is 146 million DEC that we'd be burning if the market is going through a slow period. And I would say the last couple of weeks with asset prices down and a lot of people leaving the game. I know there's probably a lot of sales happening, but the asset values are down. We've seen crazier numbers, right? We've seen 60, 70,000. Aggie usually gets excited and posts in Mav chat anytime we go over 100,000 in 24-hour sales. So I would say 15 to 20,000 is pretty reasonable as an estimate for where we would be in an extended kind of bear market or boring period. So if you're telling me that in an extended period or market where everything's just going to be boring, we're going to burn 146 million DEC in a year. Again, I know we're talking about billions of DEC that's out there in existence, but 146 million is not a small chunk of change. I mean, again, as something that will just be implemented and be essentially done in the background, it's a 1% addition in terms of the fee. So yes, we will feel it in some instances, but as buyers and sellers, but the market, I think it's going to have an even bigger impact. So I don't want to overstate this, but I also don't think that it's, something that we can just sweep under the rug that's not going to have any impact. You look at this 2%, where the daily average volume has been, and if we do get crazy days all of a sudden where we get those periods when land comes out or whenever there's a new set or something happens, right? And we get massive spikes in volume. That's not just, maybe 100,000 in a day, but 60, 70, 80,000 that's extended for like the period of a week or a couple of weeks. That's when things can get really, really exciting. So again, It's not. It may not look like it's much, but it's also nothing to. It's also nothing to thumb your nose at when we talk about how much DEC is going to be burned from this proposal. So it'll be going live within the next week here, and I'll be tracking this closely. I don't know if they're going to have an easy way for us to see how much is getting burned specifically for these market fees, but with the market listing fee, with this fee, I just think that it's something that we're going to start to see DEC really move. And when you think about the fact that right now, granted, I know we went through the great burning, but if we're burning 1 million DEC a day, which is where we were at before the great burning, if we're burning 1 million DEC per day as kind of like our run rate throughout the year, and you increase that by 50%, 40, 50%, again, it's significant. And that is just for using the market. That is just for transactions that are automatically going to happen anyway. So as we go through, I'm really hopeful that whenever land does come out, or whenever the next, catalyst for DEC does come out, we will be in a position where there's just going to be a ton of DEC already being burned on a regular basis for that, and can really make us feel the supply constriction, so that we can start, or I should say stop selling SPS and start burning it for more DEC that will be needed in the ecosystem. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. Just wanted to share some quick numbers. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.